Hey everybody, welcome to That's Football. England are a joke. In fact, they're an embarrassment. There's no doubt about that. And we'll be talking about why they need to wake up, stand and deliver quickly. Because this, woe is me, sympathy vote is why England fails. And there's some wake-up call that's needed that we're going to talk about ahead of the Slovenia game and for the rest of the tournament. But to start on a positive, I just want to say what an amazing tournament it's been so far. I've absolutely loved it. The crowds, the packed stadia, the weather, the performances. Who's going to win the Euros? Get in the comments below who's impressed you. I still think dark horse, you're talking about teams like Austria, maybe Switzerland, maybe Turkey. Winners, I'm looking at Germany, Spain, Portugal, obviously France at the moment. I think one of those four will win it. France have been a bit mediocre, but they've just got the squad. As for England, it should still be coming home. There's no doubt about it. We'll talk about how we need to change against Slovenia. But I just want to say from the off here, the big problem with England is it is a joke and it is ultimately embarrassing the way when things go wrong, we revert to this sympathy vote nonsense of, oh, don't pick on us, don't criticise us, that's not going to help. Oh, wait to get criticised by your own fans. I mean, we've been doing this literally all my life, hyping up failure as success and looking for sympathy when actually winners go home with the prom queen. That's what happens. And if England performed like they did over the last 6 years and they were German, Southgate would be gone a long time ago. And some of these players would have been got rid of as well. Because winners want to win. They don't celebrate and look for excuses in failure. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing what England have served up in an amazing tournament so far. It's embarrassing. And I see certain ex-players on the TV talking about, we should be pressing better. There should be more energy. We've got to stop with the negativity when we score a goal. These players, these ex-players, these journalists have either got their heads so far stuck up the FA's arse they can't see, or they're doing it because some of the media ain't talking to you. They ain't talking to me. They're in a little tight-knit group of mates rates where it's sort of like we've just got to protect each other here because the blunt solution is staring us in the face. The team is negative. The team doesn't press and the team is low energy, not because all 11 players have suddenly lost the ability to move. It's because it's tactical and it's been going on for 6 years. We score a goal and we sit back. It is fanciful and incredible that people want to sit on national TV and say, the players have got to take account of themselves here. We've got a goal. We've got to keep the tempo up. We've got to keep pressing. It's not hard. They do it for their club teams. Why are they not doing it for England? Trying to pin it on 11 players who all systematically drop off when we score a goal and stop pressing and stop keeping the ball. It's tactics. Bloody hell. You're telling me some of these people who've played the game at the highest level for England and won trophies for their club teams are actually going to feed crap to the public and say, players have got to take account of themselves. It's not on Gareth, they've got to press more. It's tactical, for God's sake. And it's so bloody embarrassing. I don't know. Look, I know what I'd do against Slovenia. It's such a piece of piss. And I think any decent manager would do it. Any of you would do it. It's staringly obvious. It's glaringly obvious. It's so easy. You drop Trent, because if you're not going to play him at right back, he shouldn't be playing. You put Bellingham next to Rice and let Rice sit and let Bellingham's energy go back and forth because we shouldn't be parking the bus anyway. This whole we miss Calvin Phillips thing is incredible. I still think it's AI, but apparently it's true that, he said we miss Calvin Phillips, who's been shit for 2 years, but we miss Calvin Phillips. And yet in the last 2 years when he's been shit, we played a World Cup 18 months ago. Make it make sense. We don't need two holding midfielders. We're England. The only teams we might have to sit in against, there's 3 or 4 of them, and we won't hit them till the quarterfinals or the semi-finals. We don't need two holding midfielders. We should be attacking more. So you put Bellingham next to Rice, you let Rice sit, and you let Bellingham's energy, with which he's got in abundance, go back and forth, back and forth. He's also very good physically as well. You put Foden at 10 because he is the best number 10 we've got, and you put Gordon on the left because he's the best English winger we've got this season. You suddenly balance your team. You haven't got square pegs in round holes. You're not experimenting in a major tournament. It took 2 years to qualify for this tournament, and we're experimenting in the group stage. I question what Gareth Southgate does and what his coaches do when there aren't international breaks. You know, is he watching box sets of The Sopranos? Or is he off to Disneyland? Or is he on a tour of bloody Australia? You know, what does he actually watch football? And more importantly, what was he doing between the years of 2000 and 2010? Was he still playing? You know, was he on a gap decade? What was he doing? Because as a football fan, I see problems in the England team that I've seen all my life. Square pegs in round holes. What was he doing when Sven-Goran Eriksson had that opportunity to win the World Cup in 2002 or 2004 or 2006 Euros and 2 World Cups? What was the problem with that Sven team? Very good at qualifying, very good at hitting the quarterfinals, but ultimately came up short against the better teams because the team was imbalanced. You'd have Paul Scholes on the wing. You'd have Gerrard and Lampard in the midfield because we had this obsession with getting our best players on the pitch at the expense of actual structure and balance. Look at somebody like Spain. Have they got all their best players on the pitch? I don't think they have. I think some players are on the bench. Same with Portugal. Same with France. You know, they've got a structure. If you look at the France team, you've got 2 wingers, 3 midfielders and a forward, and you've got structure. You know, they're not putting all their best players on the pitch and square pegs in round holes. And yet here we are with Gareth Southgate, who's learned nothing from the last 40 years of England, whereby, you know, a balanced team is going to deliver you more balanced performances. It's so simple. Put Gordon on the left, put Foden at 10 and drop Bellingham back next to Declan Rice. And we will change overnight. And maybe we can rescue this tournament because it's bloody embarrassing. And I tell you what else is embarrassing. The fact that when we lose a game or we draw a game like Denmark or we perform badly in a game like Serbia, the first reaction from everybody around England's camp and the FA is to seek out sympathy from certain journalists and ex-players and people in the media. It's incredible. We put more efforts into sympathy and PR than we do into actually solving the problem. We play embarrassingly shit football for the amazing abundance of players that we've got. We have got no excuse. I saw somebody yesterday say this. We shouldn't be critical of England. When you compare us to other squads like France and Portugal, they're stacked. We have never won a major tournament and we should be happy that we are qualifying for all these tournaments. We're still in the tournament. We'll probably get to the quarterfinal and anything beyond there is a bonus. And I'm like, this is the sort of shit that will lead to England coming back, having bored the life off us, getting knocked out in a semi-final and getting an open-top bus tour around London. Because this is what we do. We love to fail and we love to find excuses. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. There is absolutely no way this would be put up with in Brazil or Germany or any other leading football nation that actually has a history of winning things. We have a history of accepting failure and glorifying it. It's embarrassing the way England go looking for sympathy. Like, it's a mentality switch. We talk about having the right manager, but it's also the right leadership, you know, the right message. These players love going to play for England because it's a holiday camp. They may as well call it bloody Disneyland. It's a holiday camp. Everyone likes Southgate. Oh, yeah. What do you win, lads? What do you win? You love playing for England, meeting up with your mates, having a right old laugh. Look at us playing darts and snooker and everything. Oh, and we're playing with the inflatables today in the swimming pool. But what do you win? And on top of that, how many good games have you played? How many games have you played over the last 6 years for England where people have gone, oh, that was good? I spoke to Teddy Sheringham ahead of the Euros final against Italy a few years ago. And I said to him, the video's out there somewhere, I said, the interesting thing is, we're playing in a Euros final at Wembley against Italy. Wow. You know, say that back. What a statement. And yet, I have got no affection towards this England team the way I did towards the Euro 96 team who only got to the semi-finals. And he said to me, well, it's very simple, isn't it? Across that tournament, we built momentum with good football. We didn't always play good football. Spain wasn't a great game. The opening game against Switzerland wasn't good. But Netherlands, Germany in the semi-final, Scotland, there was a momentum that everybody got behind because we played good football. And this team may well win it, and I hope they do, but have they captured the imagination of the country with playing good football? Is everybody going around with their flags seeing 3 lines on a shirt? No, because It's very formulaic. And that's the problem. They can all love linking up with England, but the football's bloody terrible. The only reason I think England can win the Euros is because I look at the squad and go, Bellingham, Saka, Kane, Rice, Foden, Stones, you know, so many good players. And then you supplement that with other really, you know, maybe not as good, but very good players like Kyle Walker. Guehi's come in and done very well. Kieran Trippier. You know, you've got really good players. And then you've got these unknown talents like Palmer, Mainu, Wharton, Eze, Gordon. There's just... I look at the squad, I think we can win it. And then I look at the performances and the tactics and I go, it's shit. And if we're going to win it, we won't be entertained. We won't. We'll get a couple of goals and we'll sit back. It's so crap. I would just say Southgate needs to be sacked. He should have gone after the World Cup. It's the media's fault that he's still in a job. It's the FA's fault he's still in a job. This ain't breaking news. We've been playing like this for 6 years. We've been moaning about this for 6 years. Nothing's changed. Give me 3 England performances that get you excited over the last 6 years. It's always been like this. We're just looking at a squad saying we should win it, and then we're watching it and going, why don't we win it? Because the tactics are crap. If I'm Southgate, Bellingham next to Rice, Foden at 10, Gordon on the left, it's international football. Go and express yourself, lads. We've got nothing to lose. And I will be the first one on Tuesday night, if we go and throw, you know, batter Slovenia with that team and we play good football, I'll say it really was always that simple. Let's go for it. What I think he'll do is he'll bring Conor Gallagher in next to Declan Rice, which is just another negative move. He'll keep Bellingham at 10 and he'll keep Foden on the left. It'll be Trent for Gallagher and the same approach. And it might work against Slovenia, but I guarantee you, when we hit somebody decent in the quarterfinals with Gallagher and Rice and Bellingham at 10 and Foden on the left, and, you know, obviously we won't have Luke Shaw back, the imbalance will get destroyed by a better team. So we're either going to try and win this tournament, in which case go for the balance, or we're going to limp through, hoping for a bloody miracle like we have done for the last few years. Tell me I'm wrong. But look, as much as Southgate is the problem, really, he is not the Prime Minister of England, and he is not the boss of the FA, and he doesn't run the media. The media have elongated his tenure by, you know, protecting him. The FA are incompetent and have been for most of my life. They just, I don't know what it is about the FA. I don't know whether it's the bottom line, revenue or what, but they just have no ambition. It's like it's a charity. And we are where we are with it. Can we still win the Euros? Maybe I'm a bloody idiot, but I still want to actually listen to Three Lions or World in Motion. I refuse to put it on at the moment because I just don't feel anything. I want to get excited. I want England to win this tournament. It's been a brilliant tournament and I want England to arrive in it. We have got players that can light it up. Bellingham, Foden, that, you know, they can light this tournament up. Let them. Let them. Thanks everyone for watching. Get your comments below. Smash a like on the video. I'll speak to you on the next one.